Hello, and welcome to That Booty, where we approach spirituality with curiosity and discernment. Today is September 1st, 2020, and tomorrow is a pretty exciting full moon in Pisces. A lot of the time, people talk about what to do on the full moon, but they don't necessarily tell you how to prepare for it. So that's what I'm here to do today. The shadow of the full moon actually lasts 2 days before and 2 days after the day of the actual full moon. So that's 5 days of heightened intensity when it comes to energy. Whether you perceive that energy as negative or positive or chaotic or whatever you're experiencing, it's bound to be intensified. And that goes for spiritual lessons as well. So it's very important to remain mindful and focused on your intent as these energies take hold. So tomorrow's full moon is going to be in Pisces, as I mentioned. And this means that we're really focusing on the energies associated with Pisces, such as hidden depths, creativity, intuition, empathic gifts, and of course, emotions. So what should you do in preparation for the full moon? First and foremost, check in with yourself. Take some time to either meditate, walk, do some gentle, preferably self-guided yoga, or any activity that allows you to quiet the mind enough that you can get in tune with what you're feeling physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Kind of discern what the theme of your life is right now. What patterns do you see recurring, either in your thought process or in the way that things are manifesting around you? And what can you release in order to lighten your load as you journey forward from here? Checking in with yourself prior to the full moon is essential for you to be able to realize what no longer serves you when the full moon itself actually comes, so you can more readily surrender and release. Another thing that you can do, number 2 on my list, to prepare for the full moon is to clear the energy. You can either clear your energy, the energy in your space, whatever resonates, using your smudging tool of choice. You can temper the intensity of the energies going on around you by clearing your space, clearing your mind, clearing your chakras, whatever resonates with you. I enjoy smudging, so you can use your smudging tool of choice. So for instance, you could use sage to clear negative, heavy energy, outside influences, or illusions. Or you could use something like Palo Santo to bring in tranquility and remove stressful energy and to encourage healing. So whatever resonates with you, it's good to have a clearing practice. You could even do a simple clearing meditation, but just kind of, again, cutting that intensity in any way that you can. So 1, checking in with yourself, identifying the areas where you might need to clear or where you might need to let go. 2, clearing your space, yourself, whatever resonates with you. Another thing you can do to prepare for the full moon is to move or to release through an activity like dancing. Chakra dancing is really lovely because it awakens the Kundalini energy, the Shakti energy, and it helps you embrace that aspect of yourself. But it can also, the buildup can help with the release. And accompanied with physical movement, it can really be a great tool in helping you to move that energy anywhere where it's kind of stagnant, not even recognized. Maybe you can shake it up and shake it off. If dancing doesn't resonate with you, you could maybe play an instrument if that's what you do, or just go wild, you know, banging on pots and pans, making noise, painting, drawing, but without structure. You know, if you're dancing, you're not going to be doing a waltz here. It's about moving that energy and using a physical action to kind of get it out of you, another way of effectively releasing. So the fourth thing that you can do to prepare for the full moon is to spend some time with your crystals if you, like me, are a crystal enthusiast. Many of us use the full moon to charge our crystals, which is lovely. But it's also important to kind of note, for example, I have a crystal here. Note how it feels prior to charging. Notice if the crystal itself is carrying any burdensome energy. And then after charging your crystals, after the full moon, you can see how it feels then, if it feels any lighter, if it feels any different. Just really being in tune, because your crystals will absorb energies from its environment, from you. And it's important to check in every now and again and see how they're being affected and how they are helping you. Another thing, speaking of clearing, the fifth thing that you should do in order to prepare for the full moon is to clear your schedule if you can. Sometimes we have work and obligations that we can't avoid, but the full moon is about releasing, letting go. And it's crucial to be able to spend some quality time with yourself so that you can identify what has served its purpose and needs to be released from your life. But also, because of the intensity of the energies, we are, actually people in general, are a lot more sensitive during the full moon period, in the shadow period before and after, and especially on the full moon itself. So if you can be on your own during this period of time, if you can remove yourself from any additional intensity, then you might avoid some pretty scary moments, I want to say. There's a reason why the werewolf is said to come out on the full moon. It really does amplify and intensify all of these energies, all of these emotions. You know, people can become rageful all of a sudden or burst into tears. And even if you're completely balanced, you may say or do something and somebody's, you know, very heightened, in a heightened emotional state, and it might have a chain reaction that is unprecedented. So if you can take that time to yourself in preparation for the full moon as much as possible, especially on the full moon, it'll be really helpful for you to identify where you're at and avoid any unnecessary chaos. And if you can't avoid being around people, which is sometimes the case, just check in with yourself regularly and make sure that you pause before reacting. Make sure that your energy is as balanced as possible and just really, really take care of yourself. So with the full moon coming tomorrow, the full moon in Pisces on September 2nd, 2020, there are a lot of things that we can do to prepare. We can check in with ourselves, clear our space, dance, move, transmute the energy through action, spend some time with our crystals, and clear our schedule. But either way, whatever you choose to do, I pray that it's a wonderful full moon experience for you. And I thank you for joining me on my channel. Until next time, namaste. Thank you again. Happy new moon. Happy full moon.